Last we left off, the group stayed overnight in the Vistani encampment with Madame Ava, who awake to Irina Kolyana, missing from the cart she slept in. You tracked her down to a beautiful waterfall where she had been charmed by Strahd. It escalated into a fight after the charm was removed, but it was over shortly after. Realized you were far outmatched, as Strahd was far too powerful to take on. You all swiftly headed back to the camp and loaded up the wagon to set off for the next town of Vallaki. Getting into the wagon, and Ismark up front, I believe.
With Anderson.
Anderson hopped up there too. And you guys take off. Making your way through the forest. Probably 2 hours go by, and you make your way back to the fork in the road, where you had fought the Gallo mimic. You guys do anything during your travels?
So sorry. So who's in the wagon?
You're all in the wagon.
Oh, everybody's in the wagon.
Yeah, you're all in the wagon. Anderson's just up front.
Okay.
With Ismark.
Yeah, kind of with my head held low. Irina, I need to apologize. I was on watch when Strahd came and charmed you and took you away. I feel really, really bad. He can be quite tricky.
Still kind of sitting next to you towards the front with Ismark. He just turns and puts a hand on your shoulder. It's okay. He is very convincing and he is very sneaky. It's all right. I understand.
And I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't mean to. I couldn't think of any other way to snap you out of it.
It seems like it was for the best. I really appreciate everything that you all did. I could have been dead. I could have been gone forever. But you saved me. Thank you.
I'll do better going forward. You were under my watch and charge, and I feel like I failed you. Even though everything worked out, could have been better.
If you put a ring of bread around her neck, you probably pay attention a little bit more often.
Whoa. Panton, that was not okay.
Everybody else is getting in on it.
Mom taught you better manners than that. You know that.
You're probably right, Penn. You were off.
He's
doing
saying
your own
that
thing.
if he puts food on her, that Nicodemus would pay attention.
Oh.
He was being rude.
Extremely.
We all could do a better job of keeping an eye out, knowing that we're in a very dangerous place. It's no wonder. I should have talked to you all and made sure that we should have all slept together. It's not your fault. Let's look forward to just getting to Vallaki safely.
Is there any way that we could really actually protect you in case Strahd decides to do his whole mind trick thing to you again?
Let me check my book. Hang on a second. I might be able to help. It says here in the book that there's a way to be notified if someone crosses in a certain area. We could do that with her.
It is outside of my knowledge. I only know martial skills. So if it has to be magic, then it is up to you.
But the spell in the book, it says that if anybody that I don't want crosses this line, then it makes a pinging noise and it's very loud. They call it the alarm spell. I could try.
I can place a ward on someone that can stop them from being able to be charmed, but it does require quite a bit of my concentration and resources. So
I suppose
maybe
we'll
it might be useful.
cross that bridge next time if we have to go to sleep. We should be able to get relatively close to Vallaki tonight. Should only have to spend one more night out here, away from shelter, safety.
You don't think we won't be able to make it in time tonight?
Ismark pipes up from the front. I don't think that we'll be able to make it all the way there. Not tonight.
Is it not a good idea to just push through and try to get there?
It's possible, but with one horse, so much weight, and this cart isn't as sturdy as it could be. I'd rather than having to walk, I'd rather at least give it one more night of rest. We've already ridden it pretty hard already, so should probably take it easy.
Ismark.
Yes.
I remember one of them, Vistani, saying that we on our way, we're going to come across where they're making them pies. Is there anything you know about it?
The old bone grinder. Yes. It's a large windmill, kind of up on the hill. There's really not much else I know about it, except for that's where the hags live, where they're making dream pastries.
Wait, the hags? You mean the one we encountered in Barovia?
There is that one, but from what I understand, there are multiple. There are, multiple towns here: Vallaki, Barovia, Kresk. A hag for each of them to peddle their wares. Doesn't necessarily, more times than not, at least one of them is out and about one of the towns. There are more than one hag.
You said there'd be one in Vallaki?
There could be. The last time that I was there, I saw one. I think she is less successful. Being so close to Ravenloft, literally being able to see the castle from Barovia, it really puts a burden on the people. They struggle, so they succumb to their desires a little bit more and eat the pastries. I don't think it is prevalent in Vallaki.
Do
And
we have
these
any
hags
idea how many of them are there?
How many what? I'm sorry.
Hags.
I don't know for certain, but I believe there are 3, maybe more, maybe less. The hag, she vanished from Barovia, so maybe it's just one. Maybe it's just one that can travel really quickly to all the towns, but I think it is more.
and these things, they're looking for children to make more pies, right?
It seems to be between the children and whatever payment they can collect. They seem to thrive on it, yes.
If
More
the seven
so-
of us went up against a few hags, what's the likelihood we survive?
Hard to say. If they are all together there, all three of them, or probably not likely. But there's one or two, I don't see it being much of a problem.
Well,
when a coven gets together, when there's more than, when there's three, they are much more powerful.
I've never met a hag before. Yesterday? Day before yesterday? So I don't know.
what? See, that actually gives me a bit of an idea. See, hear me out. We have this here cart, and we know what these hags want. One of us
Wait,
could
are
go
you
up.
suggesting that we use Patton as bait?
Hey,
That's
what? No.
That's backup. But my plan A
As
is
an adult, you know that, right?
what?
Don't I get a say in this as well?
Since when?
Since
No.
we
18.
passed our name day.
What the hell?
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is we make them an offer they can't refuse. We all get behind the cart on one side. Someone goes up and tells them that we have a bunch of children, and they should come inspect them to make sure that
We're halflings, not children.
we're not talking about the children aren't really here. I'm talking about everyone hides behind the cart, and we make up the fact that there are children here. The hag will come out
I would like
to
to go on
make
record
sure,
and saying
and then
that
we
I am refusing this. This is not an offer that I want to make.
not you, Panton. But I think it might be a good way to lure them out, at least one at a time.
I
Yeah.
guess.
I think it
somebody
would be
pretend
best
to
to
be
do some
under-
recon before we go knocking on the
that
door.
was the exact word I was about to use, Nicodemus.
Oh.
If we look through the window and see 15 hags in there, it might be best to maybe sabotage their windmill somehow and leave.
Well, that's assuming they don't see you first.
True. But I don't really want to knock on their door and invite them out to kill me either.
If it's only one, like
No,
Like
I
our friend
agree if
here
it's
said.
just one. Yeah.
well, we can do. I guess we can. Sir Sneaks a lot here is good at that, so maybe he can do some recon.
Who are you
mean,
pointing at?
Am I Sir Sneaks a lot?
Ira. No, Ira.
Me? I thought you were referring to yourself.
Oh no,
I don't know what you mean by that.
you remember the first time we met? You got away from me.
That was very lucky of me.
Eh,
You almost sniffed
wasn't
me out.
luck.
What time of day is it right now, DM?
It's probably around noon, I believe. But the day is like every other day. It's foggy. There's not a whole lot of light. It's light enough around to where you can see, but there's no sunlight. It's just gray overcast.
No, I don't know.
For the
Well-
record, I think using my sister Honora as bait would be better because she could actually handle the things that are coming after
But I
her,
look too
and she could
old,
actually
Canton. I don't
fight.
look like a child like you do.
You're still little. We could do something to make you look younger. I think, right?
I don't think that anyone was going to be used as bait. I think the idea was that the cart would be empty. So we
Yes.
would all surprise them. No, just saying that there are children inside, but maybe cover it up with blankets and say that there are.
More or less.
You know,
that.
honestly, I don't mind being bait. I could be bait. It would work.
Yeah, it sounds kind of
Well,
exciting,
and
doesn't
and,
it?
and you gotta
A little
keep in
bit.
mind too, we ran into one, so if that one's there, they'll recognize you.
You're right. Who's gonna go to the door then? I guess
I
Ismark
put
and
my
Arena
hand on
can.
Ismark's shoulder. Think you can do that for us, partner? If it comes to that.
Just go to the windmill and say, "Hey Morgantha, I have a bunch of children in this wagon
Well-
that I want you to take if you promise to leave Barovia alone."
I mean, yeah.
That was perfect, Ismark, but I would be deceived if I was a hag in a windmill.
I mean,
you
I
ever
assume
be
the
a hag in a
hag
windmill?
parents told them not to get in vans with strange people, offering them candy.
I think we should get to town first. We've already delayed our charges with our little excursion to Madame Ava.
Yeah, but Ira, they are killing children and putting them in the food.
I think
I'm
we have
kind
an
of-
obligation to stop this atrocity.
I think so too, but maybe get to town, maybe get some supplies, maybe find
I
some
mean, what
allies.
supplies do you need?
We have
well, I was
allies. We've got
hoping that-
Ismark and Arena.
I could take a look at the book that Honora has, and I have my own book. I could maybe make use of some of the things that are in there.
Is this windmill in between both our spots?
Yes, we literally take a path that goes less than probably like a half mile away from the windmill.
I mean, we could. What harm would be there just to looking to see what's there? If we feel like it's
I
too
think so, too.
much, we can back off. But if we feel like
Yeah.
we can do some good, I think we should do some good.
I mean,
Yeah, recon's always good.
I've only known Anderson for a while now, but just looking isn't really his thing.
Well, that's why Anderson can't be the one looking. That you're right, 100% right.
Yeah. After what happened with
Kinda's
Strahd,
gung-ho.
I'm inclined to agree.
Not even Strahd, but that poor vampire spawn.
That's a different story, but yes, the point taken.
As you guys continue to travel, starting to notice a terrain difference. What was once kind of smooth grasslands is now shifting into more of a rocky, mountainous terrain as you're winding back and forth, getting steeper and steeper. Coming through now woods on both sides, but on your right-hand side continuing to see steep slopes through the wooded areas. Continuing to wind, about another hour goes by and you're still woods. So we're still a long ways away, probably 8 hours. Once we get across the bridge, it'll go a little bit faster. It won't be so taxing on the horses going uphill. We should be able to make pretty decent time. You'll know that we're getting close once we come by the gates. You'll see Ravenloft on the right. Once we get there, we're probably only maybe about another.
Do you know of any good places we could camp?
Particularly one without fishermen.
Well, we would either have to call it an early night and stop shortly after the gates, or we would push a little later into the night and stay a little bit further away from Old Bone Grinder. It's either or. We can't make it all the way to Vallaki in one night.
Do you think it's dangerous staying by the gates and near the bone grinder?
It's by the gates is still probably it's an hour away from the bone grinder. You know, it's still far enough away that I think we would be fine there. It is really you guys.
I'm kind of leaning towards that. And anybody else have an opinion?
Nah, I'm with you there.
I mean,
Sounds
and
good
if we
to me.
stop early, we could go. If it's only an hour away, then maybe we could scout.
At least
Yeah.
do that recon thing you keep talking about.
Okay, we can do that. More time passes, continuing up the steep incline. Now the wooded area breaks away onto your left, and you look and you see large mountain, snow-covered top. Everyone, give me a perception check.
All right. That's a 22.
Oh, rough.
No, Panton, I think that if we changed my hair this way, I could look really young, I think.
Nicodemus,
Hey, I know I said.
go ahead.
So if we do our like what remember cousin Rosalina and you know how she was always looked super young because of the way she wore her hair. I think if we do that.
I just really hope that we don't really have to do this, but yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a terrible idea.
Okay.
Looking back at the mountain, you can see some stone structures that are not part of the mountain itself. It's like they've been carved into the mountain. It's really hard to make out the detail from this far away. I mean, you're several miles away, but you can see it because it's so large and it looks irregular in the mountain. Turning your attention back to what's in front of you, you eventually, probably about another 45 minutes, come up to a large stone bridge. You hear the rushing of the waterfall, and coming up to it, you can see the waterfall on the left where you encountered Strahd earlier. And as you're beginning to cross, you can see the Serpool encampment with the colorful Vistani tents. Looking at the stone is mossy, dirt-covered, wet even from the dampness from the mist coming up from the waterfall, traveling downstream, coating it, making it a little bit slick. But you're still able to pass without issues. Getting
Well,
across,
at least it's a real bridge.
the thing has stood the test of time. It is very sturdy. It was well crafted. You know, some people used to come up here when they were younger. I remember the first time I brought a woman up here, and we looked out at the waterfall from up here. Beautiful day. As beautiful as it can be, this dreaded place.
Look, not gonna lie, partner. Looking at it now only gives me the chills.
Understandable.
Where is she now?
He was taken by the night.
Oh, sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. I mean, I hate to see any life lost, but it was short romance. You know, it's hard to have romance here. Such a terrible environment, I guess. Anyways, change of subject. And look up there, and he points, and you can see the front entrance to Castle Ravenloft. Large spires, a big central spire going up several hundred feet, and you can see a large drawbridge currently up, not in the down position.
Is it weird that that's exactly how I imagined that to be?
It's a force to be reckoned with all in itself. Looking at the black structure, you can't tell from this distance, is it iron, is it stone, is it marble? But it is dark as night up there. In fact, the blackness of the structure makes everything almost like it's taking away the light from the surrounding areas.
And here I was hoping we could burn the place down.
Is it gonna be safe to camp this close? Or should we just travel through the night?
It's once we get beyond the gates, it's it's 1.5 hours away from Ravenloft. I think Strahd will be gone for now, for tonight. He was rather upset. I don't see him coming back anytime soon. At least another day or two. Shows himself again. But maybe not. It's, whatever you think.
Again, as long as we're on the hunt, as long as we don't see any fishermen, I think we should be fine.
Traveling a little bit longer, you come across large gate, 2 statues on either side, almost like a patina color to the statues, holding a long sword down into the ground. Let me find a handout.
I swear to the gods, if these are mimics,
You
I
should
don't know
touch
what I'd
them and
do.
find out. Go touch it, Anderson. See if it does anything.
I'm not touching it.
Nicodemus, why don't you go touch it?
No, I've touched
No,
enough
'cause
in my days.
If Nicodemus touches it, it will definitely be bad.
Definitely.
Looking, seeing large stone walls kind of encompassing to the side, butting up against rocky formation on the right-hand side and connecting into the woods on the left. You see the statues missing their heads, toppled down to the ground. As you get closer, you see the stone just rolled off to the side, shattered.
And who are these fine fellers supposed to be?
Does anybody else find it really weird that they're missing their heads?
It's a
From
statement, to be
Barovia?
sure.
No.
I wonder who the guys were. Why they had statues to them.
It was just made. These were statues to commemorate the army that Strahd once commanded. There were supposed to be walls and gates for defenses and things. You actually passed through a pair of gates to get into Barovia on the east side, but it's not have seen it.
No, I think we were asleep.
Goddamn Vistani and their meat pies.
Is there
Yeah.
any purpose for their heads just being unceremoniously knocked off like that?
They have been taken off for as long as I can remember. I don't ever remember them being attached, but this place has been around for much longer than me. Would not tell you. And you can see to the right, just before you get to go through the gate, another road kind of branching off and headed back up towards Ravenloft. The wood gate is creaked open enough to where the wagon, it takes Ismark a little bit of finagling try to maneuver the horse and cart to get through, but he's able to get it through and corrected to continue on. We are probably make camp somewhere here in the woods, unless you want to. Do you want to stay here, or do you want to continue on and stay past the old bone grinder?
I don't know. I feel like the closer Irina is to the castle, and I'll point to it, the more in danger she's probably in.
I'm not going to really lie. Now that we've been sitting in this cart for a few hours, I kind of want to get a little closer to the old bone grinder and see what it's all about. I'm getting excited.
Yeah,
I mean, do you think
whatever.
we could,
Go ahead.
do you think we could stop the cart here, and then a couple of us could go check it out? Do we have? What time is it now?
It is probably around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Does Ismark have a clock or?
Pulls out a pocket watch.
Oh, okay.
You probably have maybe the 1.5, 2 hours left before it gets dark.
And how close is the bone grinder?
About an hour
away.
from here.
I'd rather not be at the bone grinder when it's dark. Although
Well-
it does give us cover. Also, I assume brings other things.
I mean, this wall is pretty nice cover as well. Could just camp by the wall.
We definitely could. We could, he kind of stops the wagon. We could find a place just off to the left, maybe just inside the woods. Pull the cart off of the road, maybe try to cover our tracks a little bit, and could stay here and make it in the morning. Be
I like
plenty
that
of
idea a bit more.
opportunity to use the daylight to scout out the bone grinder, or just book it straight to Vallaki if you wanted.
I like that idea.
Yeah, let's make camp here.
He kind of pulls it off to the side, drives it in as far into the woods as he can. Not so sure that a fire would be a good idea, but you guys have means to eat.
I mean, we have rations that are
Probably be best tonight.
don't need to be heated up.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
What are you afraid of? Generally, creatures of the forest stay away when there's a fire.
But when the creatures of the forest are controlled by someone else, it's more like a homing beacon, something to draw their attention to us.
Yeah, it'll give away our position to Strahd. Don't want that.
I see.
Can we all fit on the cart? Somehow I doubt it. Or I guess
mean,
we've
I
been
can
riding in
sleep
it.
on the ground with Lancelot. I'm okay with that. I've got a bedroll in front of the cart.
Yeah, I've got one too. I'll sleep outside.
Good.
And if Irina stays in the cart, I can do that thing that I was talking about.
Okay. We should definitely, if you can set up some sort of perimeter, that would be really smart. I will definitely be taking watch tonight too. I thought being at the Vistani camp we would be okay, but apparently not. Oh shoot, sorry. All right.
Yes, Mark, you seem tired.
it's-
Maybe you shouldn't take a watch tonight. You had quite the eventful day.
definitely took a lot out of me. I am, my adrenaline was just pumping and I couldn't stop. I just let my rage take over. Muscles are still tense. Feel on edges. Even though I'm tired, I feel like I am good. I could. Just feel so responsible. Maybe I can just be up with someone. Maybe I
Partner.
won't take a lone watch.
Partner.
Yes, sir.
Take a rest. We got it.
Watch, and I'll sit them down, and I will do the alarm spell around the wagon. Pull out some string, and just kind of do the alarm spell, rope, I guess. And I'll say, if Irina gets up from this wagon, I will know. You'll all know. It'll make a loud noise. If anybody but us come to the wagon, it'll make an alarm noise. So we just gotta hunker down. And I'll cast the alarm spell on the wagon.
How long does that last?
8 hours. And yeah, and it will ping if anybody but us or Irina goes through it.
Okay.
So she's not included in the us, because I don't want her to get up and wander away either.
But what if I have to get up and,
Go to the bathroom.
relieve myself?
Then
What I
we'll
was
know
thinking.
about it.
You best go now.
It won't stop you from going. We'll just know about it.
Alright, I will try to go now. She starts to walk out into the woods a little bit and just kind of looks back at you all and continues walking forward, not necessarily trying to be quiet at all, just looking to make sure she can have just a tad bit of privacy.
Honora, I think you should probably follow her a little bit because this could be a prime time for something to happen to her.
Okay.
I didn't want to be the one to suggest it. I feel like we should afford her at least a bit of privacy.
I'll go, but I won't go super close. Just so that I know she's in, like, arm's reach or something.
Are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just...
Yeah.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
I get disadvantage on these.
She's making enough noise on her own to where you're able to kind of mimic, line up your footfalls with hers, even though she's much taller. You're taking really over-exaggerated strides to try to make sure that you're stepping on twigs and branches the same time she is. She finds a tree and kind of posts her back up against it and does her deal. Looks around. Grabs a hold of some leaves. Kind of wipes a little bit. Does her deal and comes back.
Drops a dookie?
It
Maybe
might
a
be.
little bit.
Oh man.
You're not there.
Right. You don't know.
Samson's
D&D, role-playing bathroom
picking it
breaks.
up.
I have a question. Does she bunch the leads or does she fold the leads? All right, that's what I want to know. That lets me know what kind of
Asking the real
psychopath
questions
we
here.
Character development information.
They were definitely multiple leaf folding usages. It wasn't just grab a handful of leaves and.
Right, she's a normal person, all right. Oh my god.
Told her not to have that Vistani food.
The moon pies, they make diarrhea. Children cause diarrhea. This is a lesson we're taking from Strahd.
She comes back and. So I guess that we'll just go to sleep then now?
We
Right.
can hang out for a bit.
Just
Some
What do you do for
overtones
fun
from
in
Myra.
Barovia?
well, you know, my brother has kept me in the house for a long time, so I
That
read.
sucks.
I read a lot. I cook. I do some things like that, but most of the time I train. Maybe sometimes I'll
Yeah,
even
if
go
I,
out in
if
the
I recall
backyard.
correctly, Honora challenged Anderson here to a sparring match, and perhaps you could get in on that as well. We could have a little spar before we go to bed.
I'd like to spar Panton.
My money's on Panton.
Oh. I mean, practice is always good. You never want to get rusty with your blade.
Oh, I meant
Yeah,
fist to fist.
Again, money's on Panton.
I do my best work with no blades. All right, so I'm gonna pass on that. But thanks for the offer. I appreciate that. I really wouldn't want to hurt you, so I'm
We
gonna
do have a
pass.
deck of cards as well. We could play a game.
No, you've sparked my interest. Anderson, what you got? Let's go.
I mean, for the rest of us as we watch.
Well,
I
Unless we
won't be
can make
needing
it
to play
interesting.
games while I watch this.
I
But I think I could take a bet.
I bet. Okay.
I feel like we should lay down some ground rules.
I mean, obviously, no.
No magic, no transformations.
sounds good to me.
Fair hand-to-hand combat.
First one to draw blood, or yeah.
Sure. That sounds good.
first one
I
to
mean-
draw blood. That's me asking out of character.
First one to hit.
I would say anyone that does a decent hit. Contested attacks.
You know, when I would spar my father, we would play first to 3 non-lethal blows. So we would try to smack with the broadside of our sword rather than the sharp end. And it would be, you know, just it sting a little bit, but we obviously found their weak point. First to 3 non-lethal attacks.
I could be down with that. I mean, we always sparred with wooden swords anyways. I've never really sparred with a sharp blade.
And I've only ever sparred with sharp blades, so this will be interesting.
Oh, goodness.
Blood hunters are not nice.
Eat that.
Myra, you want to make this interesting?
Sure. Couple of gold. I don't know.
Sure.
What if we bet for the same person though?
Then we both win.
And just get our money back.
I put 2 gold on Anderson.
Very well. I'll put 2 gold on Honora.
All right.
Alrighty,
Okay.
if you guys want to do this,
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Down for some sparring.
yeah, so it's just gonna kind of be theater of mind. I didn't really prepare any battle map or
Battle
something
map.
like this,
We're both martial characters, so we're just gonna kind of swing swords at each other.
but
Just do an initiative
all right,
roll.
go
and
for
then-
both of you. Roll initiative. I guess you don't have your token, so I'll just have to. Let me throw them out on.
And the winner fights Irina, right?
Winner
if she
fights Irina.
wants.
Winter fights Panton.
Anton has to use magic though.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and.
Oh shit.
Oh, all right.
Very nice.
Alrighty, Honora.
That was her nat 20.
Yeah,
For the game.
You go first. Swords
Does
drawn.
a 24 hit.
Ooh. What if I said no?
You'd
Yeah, I
be
said
lying.
24.
So I swing in and go for the knees.
So yeah, I kind of get down on one knee, but I come right back up swinging with a 16.
Walk with my shield.
All right. It's all you.
Alright. 20.
God, these rolls. Yes, that hits.
Alright. Turn.
All
And
right.
I'm cheering Honora on. Get him in the legs. Get him in the legs.
Go for the ankles.
17? Okay. That's fine.
Irina pipes up.
Only
It's
a
not
7.
really fair when you have a shield and he doesn't have a shield.
I actually do have a
Oh,
shield.
you do have a shield? Oh, okay.
Yes,
Never
I do
mind.
have a shield.
Good thing it
I'll
is
take
fair
that
and they
back.
both
I
have shields.
I didn't realize you had a shield. My
My
apologies.
defense is
I
stronger.
should have lied and said, yeah, let's add 2 to my AC.
7. I'm sure that does misses.
Yeah. Okay, next one for me. Oh, well, I assume that hits, right?
No.
One more hit, Honora. One more hit.
12.
Nope, I blocked. She's going for the. I know she's going for the legs now, so I just block my ankles
Oh,
with
I
my
can
shield.
reach.
All right, so then
It's
I
still
guess
2 to nothing.
yeah, still 2-0.
Uh,
I'm getting the bad rolls out of the way. I'm fine with that. And that
21. Nora kicks your ass.
Overextending yourself with the rapier, trying to go for a lunge and tap on the side. She sidesteps and hits your weak point for the third blow, knocking you out of the match.
Now, right, small opponents, not used to that.
Well, I guess you better get used to that, because people come in all sizes, Anderson.
Not lycanthropes. But yes,
None that you've
noted.
met so far.
Yeah,
We'll
actually,
see.
yeah, not that I've met so far.
Well, Nicodemus, I believe we had a bet.
Are you really going to take gold from a man?
Yes,
2
Yes.
gold.
do it.
And I'll reach into my pouch and pull out 2 gold.
And
Hand
Anderson
them
will
to
just
Ira.
reach out his hand to Honora for like a shake, like good fight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she'll totally be like, she's a little bit of swagger now because she kicked your ass. 3 to nothing is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
And I'll flick a gold to Honora for the champ.
Awesome, thank you.
Not the
guess
champ
I have
yet.
to
I
deduct that.
believe.
Oh, that's right.
I was taking on the winner.
Oh,
Well,
Yes,
you'll have to earn it.
do you want to fight somebody else to warm up first, or do you want to come straight for the champ?
I can always go for round 2.
I mean, Anderson, with that display, I feel like I could take you.
You want? you want to try it? I'm always down.
I'm a much bigger target. I assume you'd be able to hit it,
Oh my goodness.
but maybe not.
She gets up and she just kind of stretches a little bit and grabs her sword and swings it around in the air.
Who's she fighting?
I'm ready to go.
Are you
Is it
are you
me?
going to use a shield, or no?
No shield.
No shields.
Are you
Honora,
going to do
that's
a warm
fair.
up with Anderson, or are we going straight for me?
It's you. I said I would fight the winner. I don't
And
need.
you want me to give up my shield?
You're all right. Let's see
Oh,
what
she
happens.
is confident. I like this.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
You go first.
All right.
Um,
I'll circle around her and try to catch her off guard with a 7.
and she's got her sword up high, and as you swing down low, she blocks it. And then she retaliates. 15
Block with my
doesn't
shield.
hit.
Nope.
Yeah, she takes her rapier, smacks yours off to the side, then comes to try to swing sideways, and you just block it off to the side. Go ahead.
21.
21. She left herself a little exposed, and you're able to go back in, and again, targeting the legs, get your first hit. She backs away.
You gotta be faster than that, darling.
We will see. We will see. You are quick.
Block the ankles.
That hits.
And
Should that count as 2 or?
Yeah.
it should count as 2, but we didn't start that off the get-go, so we'll just say it's 1.
Okay.
She steps in and does a little bit of a flourish. Looks like she's going up high, causes you to flinch a little bit, and then swings it back around and slaps you on the shoulder. I am
Whoa.
a little faster than you think I will be.
Oh, now. Let's see.
Taking the hit on the shoulder, you spin to the side, and you catch her on her back leg, and she kind of dances past you as you kind of tapped her as she was walking by, making it 2-1. Even when you are struck, you are still very fast. Must be little halfling thing. 17.
Block.
She lunges out. Block it with your shield.
17.
Kind of dancing around, walking around in circles. She makes another lunge out at you, and you kind of slide down underneath of her rapier and smack her on her arm, causing her rapier to fly off to the side. You have bested me.
Yes, ma'am.
You are truly impressive.
Been training for a long time.
I can tell. No, my father, he taught me for a while before he passed, but that was quite impressive. We should spar more often. I feel I could learn something from you.
Thank you. Never underestimate the small people.
Noted. And she walks over and kind of kicks up the leaves a little bit and grabs her rapier and
I'll do like a very flourishy, panting like bow for your entertainment.
And she, even though she was gracious to your face, she goes back up into the cart and she definitely sulks a little bit. She was not ready to lose, but being from a little bit of a nobility, she knows to show face and kind of hide it later. Goes back and she sits down and... Is there anything you guys need before we turn in for the night? That was quite eventful. I think if you're going to allow me to rest, I'm gonna have a drink of wine and just one to take the edge off and try to go to sleep.
I mean, you definitely worked up a sweat with me, so I appreciate it. The exercise is good, keeping me on my toes.
Well, my sister worked up.
True.
I could, but I'm not sure. I'm a little better than my sister. Maybe some other time. It is
We'll
late.
have
Always,
another tournament sometime.
Maybe when we're in the protection of the town.
I still want to see Nicodemus and Panton.
I mean, I've never used a rapier before, but
I
could
really
give it a-
don't use blades, so
Maybe a game of slap hands, you know? You could do the slap hands and see who could slap it faster, you know, or rock,
Is that
paper,
what you guys
scissors or
do in
something.
Barovia? Why would you hit each other?
What is this slap hands game? Teach me.
Okay, it's a game of it's a game of quickness. And Ismark comes up, and you must. Person puts their hands up, face down like this, and the striker puts their hands underneath of them, and the goal is to slap their hands. And every time they get the slap, they get a point, right? And they
You
switch.
guys have silly games, right, Panton?
I don't know. I'm kind of interested in this game. Not gonna lie.
And first person to 3 wins. So person goes on bottom, they slap, and then if they can't pull their hands out fast enough, the other person gets a point. That makes
Interesting.
sense.
Yeah. Let's get drunk and play slap hands.
How much wine do you got left, huh?
I have 2 bottles, but I think I will play one game, but then I will retire for the night. And he cracks open a bottle of, you could guess it, purple grape mash. Purple
Oh.
grape mash.
Yes.
That's
Our
my
favorite.
favorite.
And just swigs it straight from the bottle and sets it down. And anybody else want some wine?
We should probably
yes.
discuss who's taking watch and when. I'll take one of them, so I'll have a little bit of wine, but not too much.
Y'all play your game. I'm gonna take first watch.
I mean, if we're awake, we don't really need to have a watch.
We could be distracted and having too much fun, and then somebody comes up behind and goes,
Yeah, that.
Okay, Anderson, you stand behind me and make sure nobody.
Well, I'll try my best not to.
And if there's a fisherman, you let me know.
Listen, just because Strahd appeared as one fisherman doesn't mean that all fishermen.
Nope, it's
Are
official.
evil.
All fishermen are evil, and
It's
he just
official.
walks off to take watch.
I assumed he could transform into a fisherman.
Only fishermen, though? I mean, what if he turns into, like, a farmer? Or, like, a priest?
I haven't seen the extent of his powers, but I have seen those.
All right.
I just would, I would logical conclusion that if he can turn into a fisherman, he can turn into anybody.
I've not seen powers quite like this.
Fair.
Alrighty. He takes another swig of wine. Do you think you got the fast fingers,
Yeah.
Ira?
Let's try it.
Um,
Who's striker first? Do we flip a coin or something?
I will allow you to be striker first. You are a newbie to the game. I will allow you to go. Okay.
Very well.
So you try to hit my hands, and then I will try to hit your hands. Okay. And we're just gonna do sleight of hand checks for this one.
Okay. Hopefully this goes well.
It's really quick. He's on top, but
be like,
you're able
"Ah,
to
man,
switch.
I don't really understand like how this, and then I do it real quick.
He tries to pull it back, but you catch his fingertips. Oh, you are quick. You are quick. You trick me. You talk to me, and he, okay, your hands on top, and he just.
You hear Anderson laughing in the background.
And I was like, don't do the same to me now. Right, I'm a beginner's luck.
And he starts to kind of like tickle the palms of your hands as your hands are on top. He's tickling them, and you kind of flinch a little bit. You flinch, and then he tries to slap, but you're too quick. You pull it out. Oh, you are so fast. I don't know how you do it. It is. All right. So it's your turn again. It's 1-0.
All right.
Smack his hands again.
Oh, getting faster.
Maybe I need a little bit more wine. And he grabs.
You roll a 17 every time. Holy shit.
I have. Yeah. Grabs a drink of wine.
All right, pressure's on. Pressure's on. Let me have some of that as well. I'll take
He
another
hands
drink.
it to you. Readies his hands underneath.
Oh, 2 net 20s.
Wait,
Yours
what?
is higher.
Yeah. So I
He-
just imagine it like being super intense. Like they're both just like
Yeah.
staring and
Yes.
it's just like still for like the longest
It
time.
is 30 seconds to an entire minute goes by, and he is just staring you down. And when he finally tries to strike, you just zip right out of there. Oh,
The
I-
odds of that. My god.
I did
This
my...
game is, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fall asleep right away. My adrenaline's pumping.
Alright, so this one
This
is
is
for
a bit more intense than the fighting we just saw.
all the marbles.
No offense.
And his hands are on top, and you try to strike, and he's still super jittery, and he's able to pull it out. All right, I can catch up. You got a little bit of a head start, but we
I'm choking. I'm choking.
All right. Finally, you best him, and he just kind of slaps his hands. Oh, you teach somebody a game, and then they go and beat you at it. I guess that's the thing. It's beginner's
It's
luck. I
beginner's
suppose.
luck. Don't worry about it.
We'll have another night. I'm great at losing at cards, and we can play some games. another
Well,
time.
that was quite fun.
Thank you for teaching me.
Yeah, it's
my
just
new favorite
something to
game.
pass the time, of course. Yeah. Ugh. I'll definitely need one more swig, and he takes another swig of wine and sets it down. You're right, my heart is racing. You're so quick, you're so fast. Just kind of sits down, and he's just got this big old grin as he lets his head rest up against the back of the wagon and just keeps shaking his head, just imagining how fast you were. Wake me up if anything happens. I will have my sword right by. I would encourage everyone, well, I mean, possibly sleeping in your armor tonight. I know I will be doing.
Sounds good. I'll settle down for the night with Lancelot.
I don't have to worry about that
In my
armor thing
armor.
as Kenton kicks his feet up on or in the cart and just kind of lays back.
Honora, give me a perception check. As you kind of snuggle up with Lancelot, you see him. He's got something in between his paws, and he's just kind of licking and like somewhat chewing on something in front of him. You look at it. It's a bone. But you don't know where he got it.
Where'd you get that? No, I'll take it away from him.
And he just kind of looks at you as you take it. You know how they get that apprehensive, like, waiting for you to, like, throw it. Just tenses up.
I'll give him a ration instead.
He's eating the ration, but still continues to look up in your direction. I'd continue to eyeball that bone, waiting to see what you do with it.
No, you can't have this. It's not okay. What kind of bone is it, if I can tell?
Yeah, medicine or a survival. Probably a large animal bone or a humanoid bone. You know, it's not something small. It's big enough to where it's got to be from a larger animal, humanoid.
Okay. I guess I'll throw it for him. probably just eventually I'll be like, and just throw it for him and let him have a.
As soon as you
quick
throw
little-
it, he just bolts off to go get it and just runs full speed, buries his head down into the ground, grabs it, and leaves and dust go flying, trots back and sets it down in front of you. Gets in the sitting position. What are the rest of you doing?
I'd like to spend some time casting Mend on the wagon. Try to improve its condition, maybe increase our rate of travel.
Okay. Give me an
Focusing
investigation
on
check.
the wheels and axles. And...
Okay. Give me it with advantage since you said exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not very mechanically inclined, but I know about wheels and axles.
Do you though? Do ya?
I've heard those words before.
Looking around, say that you found a couple spots that you were able to mend some cracks, some chips that were kind of worn away into the wheels. Trying to get underneath to make sure that the frame was okay. You don't really see anything down there. It's dark, and feeling along, you get a tiny splinter on your finger, trying to see whether or not there's some damage parts down there. But you mended a couple spots. Okay. You feel satisfied with your.
With my time spent under the wagon, I'll find it somewhat comfortable, and I'll make up my bedroll there underneath the wagon.
Okay. Do so. What about the rest of you?
Are we taking watch yet, or is that happening?
Yeah, I was getting ready to
we're about
ask,
to
seeing
do
what
that?
everybody else was going to do. I knew, Anderson, you said you were taking first watch, so I was going to see what everybody else was doing and then ask you for a perception check.
Before I take watch, I kind of go near Nora and I say, Nora, can you do me a favor?
Maybe. What's the favor?
If you ever meet my mentor, please don't tell him what happened.
That I kicked your ass?
He's a very heavy-handed teacher, if you know what I mean.
Sure. It can be between us.
Thank you.
Panton's just
You just
laying
have
in
to get
bed
better.
or laying in the cart and passed out.
Passed out. Okay. If none of you are doing anything else, go ahead and give me a perception check.
I guess I'll summon Rigsby just to be out and about with the instructions to come to just look out for things and then come wake me up if anything happens.
So, in the past, I know you've kind of gone out of your way to disguise.
Yes.
This.
I would like to do that again. Like, I'll just go. I would like to go take a piss. Maybe even go on the other side of the gate and just look around, and maybe even do take a piss on one of the big statues, and then just
give me a stealth check.
Okay.
If Anderson's out on watch right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a 9.
Oh.
No, Nicodemus, why'd you give me a perception check?
Oh, I thought you said everybody that's awake roll a perception check.
Oh, no. Sorry, no. I was going to say have Anderson, who was taking watch, to do a perception.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, you're fine. I was thinking that was Anderson's perception check, and I was like, oh, he might be able to see Ira doing the thing.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Tricked me. Yeah, you're able to make your way, and you wait until Anderson he's looking at you, making sure that you're not going too far, and then after he kind of lets you do your thing, looks back in the other direction, and you're able to summon Rigsby without being seen. What do you do?
Just have her do a fly around, and then I'll go and I'll lean against the wall near the cart and with my bedroll, and then I'll close my eyes, and then every once in a while look through her eyes and see what I can see.
Rigsby does a few laps directly overhead, and you don't really see anything. Looking further north, you start to see open fields, some of them with like a grain. You can see in the distance windmill. You're on the map, right? You could see me ping.
Yeah.
You can see the windmill far out that way, and you see the flags spinning, tattered. See a lot of crows circling and landing in the fields over this direction, to the north. But nothing intense. Rigsby doesn't see anything of note.
Okay. I will go to sleep and wait for my watch.
Anderson, your first couple hours of the night go by rather uneventfully. You can hear certain creatures of the night. You can hear flapping of leathery wings fluttering through the forest. In the far distance, you can hear howling of wolves, but it is a long ways away. Your watch goes by uneventful.
Yeah, I'll just go and let's wake Nicodemus.
It's a good idea.
Is it my turn for watch?
Yep, have fun.
All right. And I'll, like, roll out from under the wagon
Oh, that's right.
and stand up and go lean against a tree.
Give me a perception check.
'21.
There we go.
Looking out, forest. You don't see anything. That's somewhat of a relief. The woods are kind of quieted down, getting very, very late. You hear the chirping of grasshoppers, but nothing really going on.
Do
Fly goes
grasshoppers
unevent-
chirp?
They do.
I thought that was crickets.
They do
Yeah.
also.
Crickets, that's what I meant. Same thing. They're both kind of the similar looking animals. Your watch goes by uneventfully. Who do you wake anybody for your next watch, or do you do anything in particular on your watch?
Who's sleeping in the wagon?
Ismark, Irina, Panton.
Can I get to Panton without waking everybody else up?
Probably say, yeah.
Okay, I'll go to Panton and, like, wiggle his toes. Like, hey, Panton, you little shit. It's your turn for watch.
Your little shit.
Just call me a little shit.
Well, you were mean to me today. It hurt my feelings. It's your turn for watch. And I'll go roll back under the wagon.
Nicodemus.
I look and see if Irina is still in the cart.
Irina is still in the cart.
Alright. Good. I'm gonna sit on the edge of the cart, and I'm going to do because I don't like the darkness. I am going to cast light on a little gold piece that I have, and I'll just put it on the edge of the cart, and I'll keep doing that for the 2 hours, I guess, that I'm on watch.
For about 10 minutes of that, I'm panting. Turn the light off.
Under the cart, you're fine.
Ismark actually kind of opens his eyes and kind of shields his face a little bit, grabs a blanket and throws it over his head, and I thought we said no light, so that's why we didn't make fire.
I can't really see in the dark, so I kind of have to whatever, and I will extinguish the light.
Go ahead and
And I guess I will perception check in the dark. Perfect.
Is that advantage or
6,
disadvantage?
6, 6.
right.
Doesn't matter.
I was
Little-
going to see if I'd
A
be
little
able-
quick history.
I
The reason why pirates wear patches over their eyes is to make sure that one eye is always adjusted to the dark, to where when they go under deck, they switch the patch. They can see just right. Anyways, you're sitting with this bright light shining out, and your pupils get used to it, and you take that light away, and it is just pitch black. You can't see but 15 feet in front of you. Nevertheless, the night goes by uneventfully. Your 2-hour watch, or what you think is 2 hours, goes by, and start to feel tired again, and pick somebody else up if you would like.
I'll look back in the cart, make sure Irina is still in there, and then I will look around. Do I see Ira anywhere?
Where
Yeah, I'm right in front of the cart, leaning against the wall.
you're leaning against the wall?
Mm-hmm.
You're awake already.
No, he's
No,
sleeping
I
sitting
just
up against the
sleeping
cart.
sitting up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay, yeah.
I will walk over to Ira and I'll give him a gentle shake. Hey, buddy, Ira.
Yeah.
Yes,
Are we okay?
it's your turn. So
Wait.
no, we're all good. Irina's still in the cart, so we're all good there. But I just
Did you
did a
do-
watch for.
You just did the watch.
I was asked to, so
Who asked you to do the watch?
go.
Huh.
So
We need to make sure that we know what order we're doing things in. Am I the last one then?
probably, I mean, I know Anderson did the first watch before I passed out, and then I'm up now. And unless there was another watch in between, I'm pretty sure Nico had the second watch. But I'm not entirely certain, so.
That checks out.
So
Just
yeah, he
expect
didn't really
I'm
tell
sorry.
me anything. No, you're cool. Turn. So I'm gonna go check on Irina again, make sure she's still in the cart, and should be all good.
Right.
And I'm gonna pat him on the knee, and then I'm going to walk back to the cart
Ready?
and just make sure she's still in there.
And she is still fast asleep. In the back, Ismark still blanket draped over his head, shielding himself from the non-existent light. Ira, take over for your watch. Is there anything that you do?
No, I mean, I just summoned Rigsby so I can see in the dark, using her senses.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me a perception check.
If I can't remember if the owl. This is my bad. Do owls have advantage on perception checks?
Let's look. Owl.
They do using. Sight.
Yep. The owl has advantage.
And dark vision.
Okay.
Are you keeping your owl above the trees, or having it come down below and be near you?
I might send it up in the trees and then, but I think mostly fairly nearby.
Rigsby does a few circles, hopping from branch to branch, going across the area. Spots a field mouse. You can feel a telepathic link. That I would like to dive at it.
Do you need to eat? You don't need to eat. I say, like, telepathically back to it. You're just a spirit. Fine.
But it would be fun.
Place is cursed anyway. Do as you like.
And it just carries on. Just goes through the trees, looking around. Doesn't see anything of note. Humans. No large animals. Devoid of any sort of enemies or anybody that would wish you harm. All alone in the woods. And you can see from the east a little bit of light starting to creep in on the edge of the forest. Morning starts to take you.
I will wake everybody up with a loud rise and shine.
Ismark
Morning
flops the blanket down.
approaches.
Ugh. Maybe a little. Eye closed.
Anderson is still kind of snoring on his in his bed.
Nora like gets up kind of eagerly and starts helping you wake everybody up.
I'm
Okay.
up, I'm coming.
All right, fine. Give me a minute.
That's why you lost. You need to get up and be ready to greet the day.
Is anyone making breakfast?
I mean, we have rations.
I think you are.
I mean,
It's
I
every
don't
person for
really
themselves.
have anything to cook.
I mean,
Again,
does
we can
anybody-
have good berries.
I can try to go hunting, but I've never done it before.
You've never went hunting?
Nope.
Who provided the meat for you and your family?
We paid the butchers for that.
Oh,
We're-
interesting.
My family owns a chain of taverns. We had all the food we wanted.
Oh, at the temple that I studied, we all took rotation hunting. I was never great at it, but I can shoot a bow.
I mean, I know how to shoot a bow. I've just never killed an animal before.
Oh, you just aim your bow at what you intend to eat, and
I would imagine that's how that works, Nico. Yes.
oh, okay, yeah, just saying it's not complicated.
I think they move. I think that's the thing.
They tend to, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess Nico and I are going hunting for breakfast.
I'm gonna tag along with them.
I think
My
we should
preferred
just
method
get
was
rations
just
and just get to the town.
yeah,
hunting-
might be
hunting
easier to
takes a
just
while.
purchase lunch.
There's no place here going to be able to purchase lunch until we get to Vallaki, and that will probably, I guess that could be lunchtime if we...
I could go for a nice rabbit sandwich.
Also, we need to make sure that we know who's doing watch.
What?
What do you mean?
I thought I was going to be the second watch, and Anderson, apparently you woke up Nico, and then Nico woke up Panton.
I don't
Panton
ever
did the watch
remember
by himself.
being given instructions.
I just kind of woke up whoever I wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. I think we should be maybe a little bit more all on the same page about that.
Well,
Yeah.
regardless, I slept really well.
We'll
I
figure
just
that
feel
out.
like
next time.
I'm always on watch rotation, and I wanted to get somebody else in on it. Like, you guys are always putting all this pressure on me to do watch, and I do it wrong, and I get yelled at, and then I have to do
Did you
watch
do
again.
it wrong last night, Nico?
I mean, maybe.
Well, we're all still alive, so apparently not.
And is
No
Irina still here?
breakfast.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm
She
going to go
is.
check on Irina.
She's sitting in the back of the cart, just still trying to wake up.
Alarm didn't go off.
Or left?
Well, finally, some good news.
So I think you did a good job, Nico. It sounds like you did okay.
Thank you. I try my best. You guys are always telling me to do better.
Well, it is kind of funny to pick on you.
I mean, I get it, but let's make fun of somebody else today.
Maybe.
Who should we make fun of, Nico?
I mean, we never make fun of Ira. Is it because we're scared of him?
I wouldn't say scared. It's that Ira
Are you
doesn't
scared
screw
of him?
up.
I mean, you're kind of. I mean, like, I feel like we're friends, but you're kind of mysterious and have a big sword.
Wait, I'm a literal werewolf, and you're afraid of him?
Yeah, but
Oh, I'm
you're
flattered.
you're very, like, I know you don't want to eat me.
Have I given you any reason
Station! What is this?
that I want to do you harm? I'm just upset that we weren't more organized about the watch.
I mean, maybe just
I
let's
don't
write
like
it
that kind of
down
surprise.
so I know the order.
Well, we could always draw straws.
Again, we'll figure that out later. Best we get going.
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, Ira,
We're-
you're scary now.
We're going to the bone grinder.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm gonna
I
settle
fixed-
up next
I
to
fixed the wagon,
Nico, by the
so
way.
we should go a little better.
I saw that. Thank you.
I
That was very
appreciate that. It is, it's not. This thing was not meant to carry this much weight and goods, and it's over such rocky terrain. It's taken its toll. Sure. What you did definitely helped.
Alright. To the bone grinder. And on my way out, I'll reach down and scoop up a little patch of dirt and smash it together in my hands. And then when I open my hands, there'll be a pile of good berries. And I'll put 9 of them in my pouch and eat one of them.
Pulling back out onto the road.
Oh, I didn't mean to use that. I just meant to mark it off.
You all make sure you all took a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Benefits of the long. About 30 minutes go by back out onto the road. Probably not even, maybe only 15, 20 minutes. And you start to see wheat fields all around you. But these wheat fields, like, they're stunted growth. Normally get up to 4 foot tall. This is probably only about 1.5 feet. But they look fully matured. Continuing on, you can see the bone grinder far in the distance. You see a small, on the right, see a small, most like burnt down rubble of a house. And Ismark pulls up and you can see there's a well in the middle of the road and kind of a couple little splits right next to that destroyed house. There's a well in the middle of the road and a couple splits, one headed left towards the bone grinder, one headed on the road that you would continue on, and then one branching off to the right. You can't really see it on that map. It's much smaller, kind of circling back around to the backside of the house. But you see scarecrows, and around those scarecrows, just crows, sitting in the fields, sitting on top of the scarecrows.
They don't seem to be very good at doing their job.
Oh, not at all.
And Ismark pulls up. He points off to the left. That way to the bone grinder. Should continue going straight, and that will lead us to Vallaki.
No, we need to take this thing out. Well, or at least see what's in there.
We need a plan before we actually do this, because Lord knows we're not going to just waltz up in there and then just get blasted by whatever these hags have in there and just face total obliteration.
Is it the plan to hit them?
Eventually, but if it's that thing that we encountered in Barovia, might need to be a little smarter about this. Locksmith, you think you can sneak up, see, peek in the window, see what's inside?
It might be a little bit too late for that already. This
You're still
Panton brings up a
We
good
haven't
point.
been exactly quiet.
You're still a
Right.
good 15 minutes away from the windmill. You're it's quite a bit of ways off of the road, and you actually everybody give me a perception check as you're kind of staring off over in that direction.
Definitely my strong suit.
Nicodemus, you notice right away, looking at all the scarecrows, you see one of them planted right in the middle of the road, headed towards the old bone grinder.
Anyway, as I was saying, Panton brings up a good point with the fact that these things can do magic, you know, that it's very possible that we're being watched right now, being so close to them.
Ismark. I believe that scarecrow in the middle of the road is set up as some sort of ward. Maybe we should go the rest of the way by foot.
Is possible, but I thought our plan was for me to tell the hags that that we had children in the wagon and we hide behind it. And
don't
I'm
know
still
if we're
up
gonna-
for that plan.
Well, then the rest of us need to conceal ourselves within the wagon.
Well, no, not within. You get on the other side of the wagon.
Well, but we need to approach the windmill.
I actually like the idea of all of us being in the wagon, because if they lift the tarp and all of a sudden, blah, and then we can just attack them. So
Might complicate things a little too much, but same idea.
Well, if they see us coming, instead of them falling into our trap, we will fall into their trap.
Well, that's why only one of you is going up. That's why only Ismark is going to get their attention and bring one of them here.
But I believe that scarecrow in the middle of the road is meant for detection.
What makes you think that?
Why else would there be a scarecrow in the middle of the road?
To scare away crows.
so it does have a point.
Which it's not doing.
They're not doing a great job.
It's also in
Should
our
I
way.
Yeah.
Should I? What do you recommend, Nicodemus? Like, There's a way that you can see magic.
It would take me a minute to set it up, and let me see
Well,
the aura of magic.
Take all the time you need, partner.
Okay. I'll climb out of the wagon,
So you should
quickly set up a couple of items, sit down, open my book, and start reading and casting Detect Magic.
What's the cast time on that? Is it 10 minutes? Cast it as a
For
ritual.
a ritual. Yeah.
As
Yes,
you're
ritual casting is 10 minutes.
you're setting it up and you're reading into your book and drawing into the sand, looking around. That perception that you rolled earlier, swear, saw the scarecrow that was in the middle of the road.
Out of character? Nope. 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 Nope.
You don't want to fight some scarecrows?
The head
Nope.
that was kind of turning off to the side, at least what you remember, it's now looking directly at you, drawing into the ground.
Okay.
You complete your ritual, looking around.
But I noticed the one in the middle of the road has moved.
It's moved its head.
Okay. And how certain of this am I? Like, fairly certain?
25 perception certain.
Okay.
100%. 100% you saw it move. You don't know, it could have been magical means, it could have been maybe a crow pecked its cheek, moved it,
Okay.
but you know that it moved.
And am I seeing any magic?
Yes. You are seeing...
I believe the scarecrows are of magical means, just as I suspected. How about you and I shoot this one ahead of us at the same time?
All right. I'll follow your lead.
Okay, how far away are we, John?
boy. Nap time.
See narrow scarecrow. Oh, so we're fairly close. I assume we're standing. I'm somewhat behind the wagon.
Gonna get real ugly for a second. I accidentally moved him to the map layer instead of the tokens layer.
Gotcha.
Fucking noob.
Ugh, I know. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm gonna have Ira follow me around to, like, over here.
Oh, I still don't see anything. Am I messing up somehow?
Is your screen like black?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's because your token isn't even on the...
Oh, yeah, that would help.
You see things
Say
now?
that.
Nope.
I think he's under the wagon.
Let me
Yeah.
refresh it.
He's just hanging on under the wagon. He's not allowed in the cart.
That would have been smart. Just ride under the wagon holding on.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it looks like the screen is dark, so do you have some fog of war on or something like that?
No.
I just tried refreshing it and it's loading.
Like, it's actually daylight mode to where you should be able to see the entirety of the map.
Mm.
I see the entirety of the map.
Same here.
Yep.
Why is my going so slow?
Where are you going, Nicodemus?
I'm leaving.
You can
He's
I
running
don't know,
away.
You can move me, I guess. I'll
He's
follow
piecing
him
out of this.
and do this while this loads. I don't know why it's taking so long.
Hey, Ira, ready your bow.
All right.
And on the count of 3, aim for this one dead ahead.
Let's just shoot it right now.
Yeah, let's just shoot it right now. It's either going to do nothing and we will look like fools, or we will become great adventurers, just like I was destined to be.
We already are, aren't we?
I mean,
This can't be worse than the death house, right?
yeah, I mean, we've almost died a few times, but yeah, we're great adventurers. At least you and I.
John, do we all need to roll initiative?
Yeah. We need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for this one. As you knock an arrow into your bow, the scarecrow removes itself from the post and just starts running at you. Everybody
Sneak
go
attack?
ahead.
Or
No sneak
surprise
attack.
round?
No.
No surprise round for me and Ira?
It was staring at you the whole
I was
time.
staring at us the whole time.
Panton, Nicodemus, Honora, Anderson.
Or attacks don't count?
Gosh darn it, I didn't click my icon thing.
Oh, did it load for you?
It did, it has loaded now. But
Awesome.
Ira with the 21.
but I'm not in the thing.
Sending. Alrighty. Yeah, go ahead and roll whatever attacks you wanted to take.
I already did. I rolled a natural 1.
And I did a Sacred Flame on this one. DC 14.
Dex.
Dex, yep.
No.
Ooh.
It's running, and you cast a sacred flame, and it just dodges off to the side and able to avoid it.
Not expecting the Scarecrow to move. I drop a Sacred Flame and it just starts coming at me.
Alrighty. Anderson. You're the first to react.
So I'll get out of the cart, and I'll move 20 feet this way. I'm gonna hold my action, so when one comes within striking distance, I'm gonna stab it with my rapier.
Okie dokie.
I would get up close, but I don't want to I feel like I'm gonna get ganked then, and I don't want that to happen.
Alrighty. Ira.
All right.
Can I tell that Anderson's ego is wounded from getting his ass beat? Like, can I insight roll that?
By a
Or do
little
I just
girl.
innately feel this?
Oh, you probably innately feel it. He's not. He won't hide his emotions. You can just feel it.
I will get. This isn't really on the card though, so I guess I'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go here and
Okay.
just take another shot at the scarecrow.
Okay. Go ahead, roll for attack.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Lord.
god!
Dude, that one's
Two
in a
critical
row.
failures in a row, man. What the hell?
You take a step behind Nicodemus, seeing the scarecrows just running at you, not having seen anything like this before. You ready your bow and you shoot, and it just dung, and it sticks in the wood of the well. The rope swings back and forth, the bucket attached, that it just vibrates. Yeah, definitely.
And I will
miss.
use the rest of my movement to run over here and hide behind this wall.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Natural 1.
Stop calling it.
What?
Stop calling it. That's 3 in a row, dude.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Roll20 just hates you
My,
tonight, man.
yeah, like while it was loading, was like randomizing the rolls, sort of.
At the same time, you had all those 20s.
And then,
During the
yeah, I
hand
rolled the
clap.
natural 1 the other day
You-
to die. Yeah.
You jump over the rubble onto the ground, and you go to lean up against the wall in a corner, thinking that it's secure. And as you lean up against the wall, the bricks from your weight just, and you find yourself falling and stumbling, just creating a you didn't fall prone, but you created a bunch of commotion behind you. You know that any stealth that you had, any bit of hiding action is gone. This scarecrow is going to run forward. Go ahead and take your attack, Anderson.
Okay. Hopefully it's not nat 1. Oh, thank God.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for
Alright.
damage.
Ooh, I like that. That's a 13 piercing.
Alrighty. As you stab into this, it goes through really easily, just piercing through the cloth that is holding this stuffing together, and you rip to the side and you see a little bit of straw just kind of fluff off to the side. It wasn't as effective as you thought it would.
Oh, okay. I see how this is.
And it is going
And the
to...
scarecrow's wounds slowly heal back up.
Oh
No,
God, please not
no,
again.
No.
that is not the case. And it is going to attack you with a claw attack, 22 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
dealing 6 points of slashing damage. Make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Wisdom save. All right. $17.
Alrighty. You feel this fear welling up inside you, but you shake it off. And you hold your ground. The next one comes charging up and jumps up and attacks at Ismark. Just jumps up, grabs onto the side of the wagon, and claws at Ismark. But Ismark's ready and kind of blocks the attack off to the side and stares it down. Nicodemus, it's your turn. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt rank 1 at this guy right in front of me.
Okay.
9 to hit.
Misses. Just by a little bit.
Okay.
Radiant energy beam out at the scarecrow, but just barely misses. Do you use any of your movement?
Yes. I'm going to use some movement to get on the other side of this well and
Sweet.
kind of get up on along this fence. And then
Okay.
I will bonus action Shield of Faith on
Okay.
Anderson, giving +2 AC.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honora, seeing the scarecrow.
And that will drop Detect Magic.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to jump out of the cart and run around the corner.
Alrighty, go ahead, roll for attack.
Green flame blame.
Reed Flame Blade. With what? That didn't
Wait.
work.
Lame.
It's just immune.
Green lame blade.
I know, right? Here. No. I'm sorry, that one. 9 to hit.
9 misses. Slashing out, it's holding onto the wagon, and it sees you coming, and it lets go with its right hand and looks at you, and you smack your sword into the wagon side, missing.
Right over where Nicodemus had mended it the previous night.
Right. Well, it's not a crit fail, so it wouldn't have hurt the wagon.
Anything else?
I do not. That is my turn.
Righty. Coming up, leaping over the fence. I am going to. Okay, yeah, it just jumps over and it comes down and it attacks you with its claw. 5 to hit.
Nope.
And it just bounces right off of your armor. Panton, it's your turn. Seeing Lenora flanked kind of on both sides with scarecrows, what do you do?
Oh, bugger all this shit. I am going to... Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to cast... make sure Irina's alright first, and the one that is closest to her, the one that's engaged with...
Something good.
what's his name? Ismark.
Okay.
I can see there's no tarp over us yet, correct?
No, there's no tarp.
Alright, perfect. And
The image of the wagon is not accurate.
No.
Okay.
we are going to cast Ray of Frost on Humble that's next to Ismark.
Okay.
Oof.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it hits. But it just, like, the impact of the ray just hits some of the cloth on its shoulder, and you see Straw flying in the distance, dealing 1 point of cold damage. You see remnants of frost taking effect onto the impact location on the shoulder, but it didn't do very much damage.
And then I'm going to bugger out of the cart and go over there next to Ira.
Okie dokie. What is it? 30 feet. Nico, you can see in the distance Scarecrow running, jumping over top of the bush and the fence, rounding the corner, gets all the way up into your face, but can't make an attack. Ismark is going to make an attack against the Scarecrow that's right next to it. Gonna make 2. 17 and 15. Both of them hit. Dealing 21 points of slashing damage. Just cleaves. It takes off an entire arm and just shears half the Scarecrow in half, just half of it just falling on the ground. You can see the wood post just kind of fall that was holding it together. Irina turns around and stabs at the one that Ismark had just hit with her rapier. 18 to hit. Unfortunately, only dealing 1 point of piercing damage. Stabbing, just kind of raking it off to the side. Anderson, your turn again.
All right, so seeing that I didn't do quite as much damage as I had hoped the first time, bonus action, I'm going. I'm just gonna kind of cut my hand with my rapier wipe the blood on it to use my Crimson Raid and put lightning damage on.
Okay.
And I take 4 damage. That hurt.
Okay.
I'll just do what I did last time and attack the one right next to me.
Alrighty, go ahead.
16
hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
All right, so that's 7 piercing and 2 lightning.
5 points total damage. It appears that your piercing didn't, but the lightning crackles up the scarecrow, dealing full damage. Do you do anything with your movement?
No, I'm good.
Okie dokie. Ira, regaining your composure after just kind of halfway falling through the broken wall. Do you do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a breath, try to
Have faith in you, buddy.
regain
I
my
have faith.
senses. Not my finest hour, Panton. And I will take a shot at the one next to Anderson.
Okay.
There we go.
That hits. Go ahead and roll for damage. 8.
And you get sneak attack because it's next to an ally.
Yeah, go ahead and roll sneak attack damage. Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah,
it's
it
already
is, yeah.
calculated in there. So 8 plus 19. Shit.
27?
7.
Is it 27? Is that how you
Yeah,
calculate it?
27 divided by 2.
13.
Yeah. Just you pull, shoots, just lots of stuffing, just pulls right out the back with the arrow, dealing 13 points of piercing damage, which you can
How's he
definitely tell.
looking?
He's looking pretty hurt. He's
Okay.
lots of holes, just like a massive hole in the center. You can see the framing, the post that's going up the center, exposed now, with just kind of the cloth draped around the sides of the straw, just barely being contained in. Yeah, he's looking pretty hurt. You do anything with your movement?
No, I'll just stand with Panton and say, maybe help out Nicodemus. I think Anderson can get that one. And that'll end my turn.
And you didn't attempt to hide, correct?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Just being
I figured
hit
with
your
yeah,
arrow looks at you, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, okay. Do I not have my... Oh. With the Cloak of Protection, doesn't it have... Is it just +1 to AC?
Yeah.
I thought it also gave... Oh, okay.
Oh no, buddy.
Ooh.
Alrighty. You are now frightened until the end of the Scarecrow's next turn, but you're also paralyzed.
Oh, okay.
So you're essentially going to lose your next turn. The turn paralyzed. But that ends its turn. The Scarecrow that's right next to Ismark is going to attack at Ismark after just being hit. 15 to hit, that is his AC. Ismark takes 3 points of slashing damage. Nicodemus, your turn. You got a Scarecrow right in your face. What do you do?
Okay.
Wait, does Ismark get two attacks?
Ismark didn't actually. He
Yeah,
just
he got
got
hit.
he got attacked. He
Oh.
didn't take the attack.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna look at Square in its straw face and call down a sacred flame.
Alrighty. Did not save. Deals
Nice.
5 points of radiant damage.
Is it engulfed?
That's flammable, right? It says it ignites
Radiant,
anything that's.
though. No, it's radiant damage.
Oh, you're right. Even though it's a sacred flame, not a flame.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the druid's cantrip that.
Yeah.
That's right. The bonfire or something like that can engulf. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you do?
I'm gonna attempt to move
Okay.
and join up over here with the other wimpy, scary guys.
Alrighty. It's gonna make a melee attack against you as you move.
Yep.
But it misses.
Clinks
Honora,
right off my chainmail.
your turn.
Oh, okay. I will attack this one. I'll Sacred Flame it again. I'll try anyways. 11.
Green flame blade.
Yes.
11 hits.
Oh wow.
Go
Oh,
ahead and roll for
okay.
damage.
4 magical fire damage.
Doesn't it take?
Oh, wait, there's the 4
Oh,
piercing, and then
okay.
how do you
Yeah,
do
you're
the-
right.
How do you
It's
do the green
the
flame
green
part?
flame blade.
Yes, it. On hit, target suffers weapon attack normal effects, and you can cause green fire to leap from the target to a different creature that you choose within 5 feet. So nothing's within 5 feet.
Oh, so just nothing.
Is it 5
Nothing
feet of
happens.
that creature or 5 feet of you?
I don't know. It just says 5
of your
feet.
Target.
I would assume the target, yeah.
Yeah, probably true.
It says 5 feet of it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
then the second creature takes fire damage.
Okay. Yeah.
So nothing's within 5 feet. It's fine.
Yeah, you deal the full 4 points of piercing damage. Anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. Just lashing out at it, it is going to retaliate with a claw attack. Misses. Just tries to beat at you, but it's not able to penetrate through your thick armor. Panton, your turn.
All right. I'm going to twin a chromatic orb, at the guy that's out in the open and the guy next to Anderson. So there, and it's all going to be cold damage. I'll have to cast it. Cast it for now. Oh, you know what? Got you. That one,
Okay.
and there's that one.
Alrighty. Yeah. You said the one by Anderson and the one out in the open?
Yes. That was the first one. This is the second one.
Alrighty.
One next to Anderson is the second attack.
Alrighty. Just 2 large orbs of frozen energy shoot out in opposite directions of your hand, just both blasting into their target, dealing 17 points of cold damage to the one out by the fence, and 10 points of cold damage to the scarecrow right next to Anderson. Anderson, you're looking at it, and it is just barely holding up. Its arms just kind of draped down, now dislocated from its frame, but you can still tell that it's barely hanging on. Anything else, man?
Nope, I just gave you my D20 roll.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Oh, no problem. And actually, I'm going to feeling a little brave now, a little cocky. I'm going to wander over here get a better sight on the one on Enora.
Okie dokie.
That'll be my move.
Alrighty. This scarecrow is going to rush up, and actually, you know what? It is going to. Okay. It is going to make it to right here, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, Panton.
Is it for frightened?
Yes.
Because I have advantage against frightened. Okay, so
What did you get that from?
Halfling.
Halfling does?
the halfling.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
So. That roll.
Didn't
God
help
damn
you.
it. Shit.
Oh,
Even though you felt cocky with smacking them both with large orbs of cold energy, this one looks at you and you stare into its dark void for eyes, and something just freezes inside of you, and you can't shake it, and you're paralyzed. Ismark is going to make another attack at the one that he 18 hits. He swings down and just cleaves that one in two right at the post. It just falls over dead. He hops down off of the wagon and comes up to assist you, Enora, and makes another two-handed attack. 11 hitting, dealing 13 points of slashing damage to this as well. You just see him just carving into this scarecrow. Irina hops down off the wagon. Actually, she stays in the wagon, comes over to the other side, and tries to stab at the head of the scarecrow that is staring at you. Anton, 12 to hit, dealing 1 point of piercing damage. Anderson, your turn.
all right. Second verse, same as the first. I'm just gonna go ahead and just try to finish this thing off. 15.
Alrighty, 15 hits. Go ahead and roll for damage.
8 piercing and 4 lightning.
Alright, yeah. You just stab right through this thing, and the energy that was seeming to holding it together vanishes as it crumples to the ground. I don't know how it works, but I am going to say that because the particular figure that had paralyzed you, Ira, is vanquished, that you are going to be able to have your turn again after Anderson finishes.
Okay.
What do you do with the remainder of your turn, Anderson?
Yeah, I'm gonna help Irene out. I'm gonna come right here,
Okay.
to help her out, and I'll end my turn.
Alrighty, Ira. Just staring at the scarecrow and watching Anderson kill it in front of you just washes relief in your body, and you shake out of it. What do you do?
Yeah, coming to, I was like, duh. I'll move, and Anderson, like, going in front of me here, I'll run around here to try to get a shot at the one
Okay.
that's attacking Arena, or that's in between them.
Yep. Go for it. Eight misses. Still kind of struggling with the being frightened. You shoot and missing, just sailing over top of it and the horse and Irina, just off into the field in the distance. You do anything else with your action, or with your?
I will
your
try
turn?
to hide this time.
All right, go ahead and roll for stealth. Okay. Alrighty. After shooting your bow, you kind of turn back into, and this time you feel against the wall before you lean up against it, and it feels sturdy enough to where it can support you. And you feel relatively hidden. Nicodemus, What do you do?
Seeing the tides of combat change our direction, I'm gonna step out and approach this guy,
Okay.
and I'm going to make a melee attack with my mace.
Ooh, nice.
All right, roll a
I'm
hit.
feeling empowered watching people spar, and I
Oh,
will
shit.
natural 20.
Yes.
Oh, nice, man.
I'll unhook my mace from my belt and pull it up. It's shiny, almost never been used, and I'll just boom, and the full weight of my body behind this mace just smashes this thing for 8 points of damage.
All right, you hit it, and its head just snaps off to the side, but its body is still functioning. You can see as it tries to move, its head is just kind of ragdoll, just bouncing all over the place, but it is still alive. Do anything else with your turn?
I'll look over to Anderson, and that'll end my turn.
Just Anderson looks back, just like, wait, you can do that?
Honora.
Only once in a while. Okay, I'll hit the guy in front of me. This time just a regular attack.
Okay. All right, 24. That definitely hits. Go ahead and 9 points
9.
of piercing damage. Yeah, you stab in.
You want to circle around him too, though. I want to come over here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. It's kind of looking back and forth between you and Ismark, and you stab it, and just right underneath of the armpit, and just kind of rake underneath and just clean the entire stuffing off its arm, so it's just exposed wood. Do you do anything else with your turn?
You're just a stupid puppet, and that's it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it turns and slashes out at Ismark.
Oh, I want to hit it with a reaction.
Okay. Do you have Sentinel?
I do.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
Yep, go ahead.
So
and,
I want to use my reaction to smack it because it didn't hit me.
all right, 19 hits. Roll for damage. 5 points of piercing damage. As it turns to claw at Ismark, you just stab it in the back and just cleave off a whole nother chunk of its stuffing. Panton, unfortunately, you are still paralyzed because that scarecrow is still living. It is its turn, and it is going to run away towards you. Nicodemus and Anderson, go ahead and make attacks of opportunity. Irina will
I'll
also
take
make
that.
one.
16 for me.
17 for me.
You both hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
13 piercing and 3 lightning for me.
4.
So
4.
6 plus 3, 9. Okay. Anderson, you stab and you cleave off one of its arms, and Nicodemus, you see its head kind of lolled back a little bit as it went to lunge out, and you take your mace and you smack it again, and it just detaches from the body and just falls over into the field over here by the house, but it falls over dead. Ismark, Panton, you come to now that that one is dead. Ismark is going to make an attack. Oh, that was a one-handed on accident. 15. And that is the end of that mob. And
Alright.
combat has officially ended.
So that's why they were so bad at their jobs.
They really
I
couldn't
thought it
scare
was the
those crows.
Yeah, I thought it was the crows, but it.
It's
turns
smart.
out it was them.
Did anybody else feel that paralyzing fear that things had?
No, Panton. Nobody else felt that. You were
I
just a
didn't.
scaredy cat.
No, there was something that they could do. I totally locked up. I think they might have even affected me at the beginning of the combat. I just felt like I lost total control of myself.
Well, they're dead now, so don't really matter one way or the other.
Did they really
I'm
die?
going to sift through the remains of the one that feared me, frightened me. There we go. That's what I want to use. I'm just looking for anything that isn't straw or cloth at this point, or wood.
Okay.
I'm gonna get back in the wagon and check on the dog.
Give me an investigation check.
I also want to kind of
Fear
check
the
them out
horse?
to see if there's anything that kind of
Yes. I'm gonna have
indicates
to.
how they were made, or maybe were enchanted.
I'll approach the horse and kind of calm her down.
I'm still terrified of this thing, apparently.
As you search, throwing the straw off to the side and kind of pushing the wooden pieces away. Can you still hear me, DJ?
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
I can. I just have to take care of something really quick. I'll be
No, you're
right
fine.
back.
All right, I'll talk to somebody else. You let me know when you're back. What were you doing, Nico?
No, I can still hear you,
Oh,
so
can
you're
still-
good.
Okay. You find.
Definitely.
You're fine. You find a black onyx gem. Nico, what were you doing with?
I can wait for a second.
Oh, I just heard it crying out with fear, so I went and tried to console the horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. It nays its head back and kind of prances around uneasy, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it's being affected by your attempts to soothe it.
With my investigation check, looking through some of the other ones, do I find anything similar to what Panton found?
Do. Actually, I thought Ira's was Panton's. Yeah, let me swap that. Panton, you're looking and you don't find anything, but Ira, you do find a black onyx gemstone.
Just one out of all their corpses? Just like
If you go and look through each and every one of them, you'll find one at each.
Huh. Do you think this has anything to do with how they were enchanted?
It's a little bit larger than that. It's probably the size of, I don't know, a little bit bigger than a silver dollar.
Okay.
A nectarine.
3 grapes.
3 grape size.
Can I just take a look at it, see if I can see what it is, or maybe what it does?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Maybe we should
Alright.
have Panton look at it. He's familiar with magic.
I mean, he does magic, but he doesn't
That's just 11.
know a whole lot about magic. At least that's my understanding.
Looking
That
at it,
he's on this journey to learn about magic.
it just seems like a black gemstone to you. But it
Looks
does
like
seem
junk to
weird
me.
that each one of them had it.
You could try.
I could
See
do an
what the book
Arcana
says.
check on them.
Sure, I gotta get straw out of my hair from Nicodemus's swing.
Honora
Oh,
looking
you
at
saw
them.
that.
I poked my head around and then I just got a face full of straw. was good timing.
You start to put two and two together, knowing that each one of them had it. With your limited knowledge on magic, you can take a guess that it might have been their heart, or what something used to roll them, chant them.
Guys, I think that if we have these, we might be able to make our own scarecrow army one day. I think it was their heart.
I'm good, but thanks.
What do you mean by their heart?
Well, I mean, you have a heart. You know what a heart is, right?
I am also not a scarecrow.
I know, but this is the scarecrow heart. We have flesh and blood hearts. They apparently have black onyx hearts.
But they just have hearts. If only they had a brain.
Might help. Well, we gotta find the brain. I think the brain is what was controlling them.
Can we end the session right here?
Roll credits. That's it. We're done.
Yep. We're off to sea.
Oh, maybe we should go
Wonderful
find
I love
that
how
player.
you just stared right at the
Yeah.
camera when you said that, man. I love how you just stared right at the camera when you said
Yeah.
that.
Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we gotta
sorry.
find the brain. We gotta find what's controlling them.
Well, this kind of blows our hopes of being stealthy and approach, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
Yes.
assume if
Yeah,
they were
I kind of
controlled
think
by
that they
the-
were attacking us. Yeah, they know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can still probably try to bait one out here some other way. Okay, if there's multiple of those things, we take one out here at least one at a time, or at least just one. We should be fine.
Anderson,
Anyone
how
got
do
any
you
ideas?
propose we get them here? Because they know we're here.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe this is their security, and we've just taken that out. So maybe now the time is to go. I don't know. If that's
We
just
should
like
probably
their outer
just
guard,
roll
that's kind of
in.
scary.
I
Need
don't
to
want
roll
to get.
in.
I don't want to get into a fight that we're going to lose. I think
Yeah.
we should approach with caution.
Look, locksmith, do you think you can maybe scout a little bit? You're the sneakiest one here. See if they come out.
You
see if
also
you
seem
can
to
see
be the
anything.
fastest.
I'm fast. I'm sneaky. What is
Yeah.
this all about?
I mean, you're just
I
faster.
mean, we
you
are
got out
saying-
of that.
We are sending you to your potential death, so might as well compliment you.
right. I mean, I could go ahead a little bit, but I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it without knowing that you guys are behind me.
We're behind you.
I think we should approach as a group.
But I think we should deliver our charge first, right?
Oh, this is right
Well,
here.
Why would we bring?
I mean, have you
Irina
seen
into
Irina
greater-
swing that sword?
That's true. I guess it's up to you both, and I'll include them in the conversation.
I mean, as the Burgomeister's son, he has a vested interest in stopping these pies. Irina, what do you guys think? Mark, any input?
We're already here. We might as well try to see what we can do about it. What would be the best way to approach, though? If our cover is already blown, don't know. Maybe there is, maybe you were onto something with the bribing with the children. Obviously, we don't have children to give, but maybe we can try to talk to them, reason with them. We have numbers, and that might give us. They don't know how powerful you are. I mean, we go up and we say, "Hey, what is it going to take to make you not come around here again and stop selling dream pastries to Barovia. Maybe they might have no bargain. Maybe there is a non-violent alternative. Everything doesn't have to be bloodshed.
From my understanding, it's not usually a great idea to strike bargains with hags.
Yeah, I'm with Nicodemus there. I don't think that'll end well. Even if we could trust them, which I don't trust them.
I mean, I'm not saying we go in, swords drawn, but I wouldn't take them at their word.
I want to look around and see if the crows are still kind of watching us or nearby, or if they left
Make a
after
perception
they
check.
started.
You see lots of crows. None of them seem to be paying you any mind. The highest concentration of them seem to be directly behind the windmill, just kind of circling and swooping down. But can't really see from this point of view. But none of them seem to be paying you any mind.
Quick. So is this over here? Is this all like wheat?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's field.
And is the windmill? Does the wheat like touch the windmill? Or is like the windmill separated from the wheat?
There's probably a good, I don't know, 10, 20 feet between the wheat and the windmill. At least from what you can see.
Okay.
It definitely looks like the field is surrounding it.
Okay. Well, I don't know, might be a stupid idea. We could maybe draw them out if we light this field on fire.
Why would
That
they come
seems
out?
really reckless, though. What if it?
Eh, maybe, but it'll get their attention, and who knows?
I
I
think
mean,
we
if
already have
they
their
know
attention.
something's up.
Yeah, I was about to say, when I was studying with Delphin, I've heard of some magic where you can use animals as like your own personal spies, and those crows kind of give me a bad feeling.
Well,
You think that those hags have all of the crows as their spies? Or maybe you think just like...
I don't know. I don't know how powerful they are. Strahd was able to is able to command wolves, so they probably aren't that powerful. But I know at least some mages can summon birds that they can like see through their eyes, send them out.
Interesting.
well, if they already know we're
guess
here.
if I could chime in about the wheat, you don't have to worry about it stopping our food supply or anything. It's trade in any of our
That was
towns.
the other concern I was going to raise. Yeah.
Our own crops get our food elsewhere. This particular field is of any concern to us.
Or we could all storm in and pretend to offer a deal.
Well, for all they know, we could still be desperate adventurers, so might not be a bad idea.
I mean, I'm pretty desperate. I know we talked about lunch at some point. Are we gonna get lunch?
After this, what kind of deal you thinking, locksmith?
You said children. I mean, they've seen us all already.
But we did eat the meat pies, so we could have just gotten desperate over these last few days. So
Oh, that's a
maybe
good idea. Maybe we could go looking for meat pies. Maybe we could go looking to buy some.
that's what I'm thinking. After all, we slaughtered their defenses, but they don't know why we're here. Would be my guess.
That that could work. Do you have the coin to be able to buy the pies if they do offer some? I mean, they're bound to have supply. They're expensive. They're
Well, again, if we offer them children, it's an offer they can't refuse, right?
Well, maybe we could do both. How much do they usually go for? Do you have any idea?
Child?
No, the pies.
normally several gold per pie. So you've never bought one. Pretty sure 5 and 10 per pie.
Oh, nope. We don't have that kind of money.
Well, again, we don't all have to go. Only one of us has to go up and get their attention. Maybe we all just pool our gold together to one person.
I have some money. I could buy at least one or two if I'm that desperate.
I've got 7 gold, so maybe one. It'll show that we're
also
serious.
could afford one, but that would be it.
All right.
Let me commune with Lathander. I'll pull out my holy book and cast augury.
I asked him how to get the hell out of here.
And with the intent of should we proceed to the windmill or not?
Remind me again, it's either yes, no, or
Will, woe, or nothing. Will is good, woe is bad. I can link it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Flipping to a random page or text, casting augury, the intent of knowing which direction you should go. You don't find any good advice or any information in text really pertain to what you're doing right now, and you don't get any good feelings either way.
Well, this is a parable of the sun and the moon. I'm not sure how that's applicable, but I believe we should continue forward.
All right. So, just so we're clear here, one of us goes up, offers gold, but makes a deal. Says, we got a lot of children in the cart. One of them comes around, we come out from the other side and jump whoever it is. Does that work for everyone?
It's the best we got.
I'm not great at lying. Just,
What? Well, it can be any of us.
Well,
Ismark?
remember, they've seen us, so Ismark and Arena are the better options.
Ismark, is this something you think you can do?
I can do it.
Or
I wouldn't ask our employer to do it or our charge. I think that'd be too much to ask.
I'll leave it up to you.
It's dangerous either way. I mean, as you showed last night, I am not as quick as you are. I don't. I think, I am more strength. Something happened and I needed to flee. If anything south, I would be able to get away as fast as you. As much as my pride hurts to say, I do not think I would be the best. I can lie, I can tell a story, but I don't think that I mean, I can accompany you if you would like, people, but if it's just one person going,
Well, maybe 2 people should go just in case.
I'm
I
okay
mean,
with
we're all
it
going
if you
together,
are.
right? And
Well,
then someone
the
can come with me
again,
up to the
we'll
door,
have
maybe.
we'll have everyone else behind, like on the other side of the cart, but
I
1 or
think it
2
might be
people will
easier to
approach.
hide in the cart,
Or
Anderson.
yes, in the cart. My apologies.
All right.
I don't think that's a good idea. If they see us coming with a spy, that'll seem that they already know that we're
Well, again, they don't know
nearby.
why we're here. You can just
Exactly.
say,
That's why I think we should ride out and open. Like our intention was always to go there in the first place.
"Oh, all right. Again, as long as you lead one out, that's all we're looking for. To separate them if there's multiple.
Okay. Well, we can also just figure out maybe we don't have the money and we'll have to go back and get it. But we're desperate for pies. After all, we're strangers in this land. We don't know how things work.
That's actually a good cover story, pretending to be here for the pies.
Yeah. Again, pies in exchange for children. Could
Or
work.
coin. Yeah.
Or coin.
I think it's our best shot if we're going to do anything at all. And if something bad happens, we run. If all of the hags are there, we don't. If all 3 of them are there or more, I don't think we can do it. I think we run and regroup.
I think that being in the cart makes running a much more possibility than if we were behind the cart.
We might have to leave the cart.
Well, the
It's
horse
too
can run faster than any of us.
Sure, but turning it around might not be an option.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I figure
We
we'll know what to
pull
do.
it up and do a round. I mean, it doesn't matter which direction we run.
All right. Yeah, we
Cool.
can go check it out.
All right.
Take the cart then, or walk the hags back to this cart. You guys wait here. About 15-minute walk.
We could wait here. That would be fine. And the cart can just book it if we have to.
Yeah, the further distance away, the better this will go. Ira, does that sound good to you?
Sure.
About we can take the horse and you can leave the cart here. That way, if we have to,
Yeah.
run, we will at least be on horse.
Okay.
That's fine.
I've been riding horse my life. If you
Judging by last time, that would be agreeable.
up on the horse after unattaching it from the rest of the cart. Hey, if
Wait,
I've-
why are you coming with me?
yes, I thought we
Yeah,
were.
you and Ismark are going together.
Yeah, we are going together.
All right. Doesn't seem fair to you, but very well.
Don't worry about the money. If they need money for proof, I've got a decent amount of gold on me for provisions and things like that, and for room and board. We'll figure something out, anyways.
Okay,
And
if
he
it looks
just-
like it's bad, we'll just,
You
No.
run.
or we'll just buy some, like
Or-
we acted like we were intending to do, and we'll
That's
at least
fine,
get
too.
some information.
Sounds good. Good
Might
luck.
be suspicious if you go up and then just run away.
Yeah.
Trotting off, making your way, 2-foot tall wheat fields on either side, fence post leading kind of in shambles on either side of you, blocking off the road from the wheat field. What are the rest of you that are staying back? What are you doing?
I'm gonna.
How far away is the house?
About
Or the
15
windmill?
minutes. So I guess probably about 3/4 mile.
Okay. I'm gonna prep a little bit, so I'm gonna transform and use my Crimson Right with my claw this time instead of my sword.
How long's that last?
My
you
transformation
decide?
lasts for up to an hour. Oh, and the Crimson Right that lasts until I drop my weapon or I go down. At least I think that's what it is. I'll double check.
And a long rest, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or a long rest. Yes.
Anything any of you, any others are doing?
Keeping an eye on Ira and just trying to see what he's doing the entire time.
I mean,
Give a perception check.
Nora's waiting.
I'm gonna put my hood up as well.
Nicodemus, can I have a few of them berries?
Oh, of course. And I'll hand Anderson two good berries.
All right. I'll consume them. How much do they heal per?
4.
4. Okay. So I'll consume them both.
It's funny that all the damage you've done to yourself.
I know.
All right, Ira, you pull your hood up, and Ismark kind of kicks the horse a little bit and puts it into a trot. I suppose the sooner we get there and get back, the better. Looking up, you can see the windmill getting larger as you approach. Not actually growing, but you start to see the full size of it as you're getting closer. Start to see the sheer amount of crows. You can hear them cawing behind the windmill.
I guess I'll call out. If there are any sisters here who can hear us, we seek aid. We have some money. We were attacked on the road, but we didn't mean any harm. We need supplies.
You don't hear anything. Looking at the gotta be a picture. It's so you guys kind of get to see a little bit of the inside of it as well. But that is kind of the overall shape of the old bone grinder. And looking up, you don't see anything looking through the windows. The two windows that are in the front, directly on top of each other at the door. You don't see anybody peek their eyes through, and the door doesn't seem to move. Maybe let's do a circle around the building, okay, and see anything. And steers the horse around to the right, coming. Yes.
This little trick of mine, and I'll summon Rigsby and send her around the windmill. to see what's behind it.
She swoops around. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Nope. Oh, wait, did it do 2 anyway?
It did, but
Okay.
we'll take the
Alright.
first one.
Yeah. Alright.
Looking, swooping down, you see tons of crows. Dozens. On top of 4 large stone pillars coming up out of the ground. As Rigsby is swooping around, you can see engravings on each of the stones. Swooping in closer, see one of the ravens pecking at something on top of the stone. Looking around, you see all of the ravens pecking at things on the ground. On closer inspection, it appears these ravens are eating crumbs. Crumbs of what? But dough crumbs.
I tell Ismark, there's nobody there. There's just ravens and crows pecking at the ground. Crumbs, maybe pies that are thrown out. I don't understand.
It's interesting.
There's huge pillars as well in the ground. Did you say there were etchings on the pillars?
Yeah. Even with that perception, it would be difficult to see them top-down view. I don't know what you mean. Must be something that the eggs... Do we knock at the door, or...
I guess we can try. That's what we came here for. We can try to get a peek in the window at least first.
Looking around, you don't see any windows on the first. The windows appear to be directly
second, yeah.
above the door on the second floor, which you would assume to be a third.
I mean, I'll send the owl again.
You send Rigsby up, and they perch on the windowsill of the second story window. Looking in, see a it's a work area. Just in the center, there is cogwheels, 2 side by side, and one large cog. Appears to be some sort of grinding mechanism. Maybe part of it's how the windmill works. Maybe part of it's how the bones get ground. Not sure. There is dust or powder, you can't quite tell, all over the floor on that second layer. But looking around, you don't see any people.
There's nobody inside. I guess we could knock, or should we just go back and tell everyone else what we saw?
That's because we're out here. And 2, as you turn, you see apparating out of thin air from the ethereal plane, hags standing behind you. What is it that you are doing here on our grounds?
John, I'm not gonna lie, that scared me a little bit.
Good.
We're not even there.
I know.
I'm new to these lands. I was traveling, but it's been many nights and I have terrible nightmares.
We have just the thing for nightmares, don't we, Ophelia? Why, yes, we do. We have so many good things for nightmares. Have you had one of our pastries? And just pulls out a pie, holding it, and you can see the steam still rising off of it.
Are these what you told me of? To Ismark. These are the pies that you talked about?
Yes,
They can help me.
it can take you to a happier place, yes. If that is what you want.
What's your price?
Normally, we take price payment of children. Do you have child? Looking around and coming up and hands reaching out, feeling on the saddlebags.
Stay back.
Do you have child?
No, I don't have a child. You take your price as a child. What do you mean? Like I trade you some kid for these pies?
Yes, that is exactly what we want. Don't we? Don't we? Reaching out, and the hag named Ophelia is still holding out the pie. Just kind of staring at you. Looking at you both.
But I mean, it's just a pie. Why would you want to hold child for it? Where am I supposed to get children? I brought money. Surely you have use for money here.
They would give you more than just one pie. They last for a long time. You can keep that for as long as you wish. Many, many good dreams.
Many good dreams.
So
no more bad dreams.
So many good dreams, right, Bella? So many good dreams.
So you won't take my money?
If that is all you have, I guess we will take money. How many pies are you looking for?
You said one will last me a long time?
One will last you maybe a week if you ration. 5?
Well, that should be long enough to leave this place.
Leave? Never. Not unless you are one of the chosen ones. You are not Vistani, no, I can tell.
But the Vistani can take people. I'll just pay one of them to take me out. I'll take my pie. What's your price?
All of the coin you have. For 2 pies.
Ismark, you have any money to lend? Or is it just me, since I'm buying them?
It's, I would really not like to,
How about half my money for one? I only need one.
Is half your money 10 gold pieces?
No. I have more than that.
Well, then I will need 10 gold pieces for 1 pie.
Very well.
Surely you couldn't come all the way out here just for 1 pie. 10 gold? It seems like a lot of travel, lot of work for minimal reward.
I have some companions, but we'll share, and we'll be out of here soon.
Well, it takes more than 1 day just to get out of Barovia. You will not. You need more pies. 20 gold, 2 pies.
15.
The one holding the pies walks closer, putting out a second one. 25 gold pieces for 2 pies.
But you said 20
I
at
said
first.
nothing. My sister said 15 or 20 for 2. Now I say 25. I have the pies. Do you want or no? I will pay I will pay 15, you pay 10, and we'll take these pies.
I didn't want to get you involved. Fine.
Did we?
This is extortion.
He leans in close. Are we just going to leave? I'm whispering, but I can't whisper too quietly because my mic won't pick it up. Do we just take the pies and go, or do we lure them back? Didn't we want the heads? And he's saying that as he's like turning to reach for his coin purse, making it look like he's just bickering about price.
Shit. I left my purse at the wagon. Will you still be here when we get back, or will you come with us?
Why you bring horse but no wagon? That seems backwards to me.
I told you. I have some friends. I was sent to go get the pies.
Ophelia, you think we can sell more pies? Bring more pies? More pies? We can do that. Let me go get more. Maybe we can sell more to more people. Yes, do that, please. Go get the small hand wagon, and we will pull our pies. Do you think your friends will want some too?
If you think we will need more to get out of this godforsaken place, then fine.
One can never
Be quick
have
about
too
it.
many pies.
I will admit they do smell quite good.
And Ophelia runs in, and that is where we will pick up next time.